they said no man returned from the forests of Nemea. A beast lived there, a creature born from the wrath of the gods themselves, a monster whose roar could shatter stone and whose hide was impenetrable. In the dusk-filled woods, scattered armor and broken swords told the story of all who had tried and failed. But one man, half mortal, half god, walked straight into that darkness. He carried nothing but a massive olive wood club, his immense strength, and the weight of a terrible curse. This was Hercules. King Eurystheus, the man who held Hercules' fate in his hands, had ordered it. Hercules must slay the Lion of Nemea. It was the first of 12 impossible labors, a sentence designed not for a hero, but for a man they wished to destroy. The king pointed with disdain from his marble palace, sealing Hercules' fate as a scroll unfurled, revealing the trials ahead. Hercules ventured deep into the forest, following a trail of absolute ruin. Crushed bones littered the ground, massive trees were snapped like twigs, and the soil was soaked with the blood of mangled livestock. Claw marks, carved deep into solid rock, testified to the beast's unholy power. This was no ordinary hunt. This was war. And then it came. The Lion of Nemea emerged from the mist, a vision of divine fury. Its eyes burned like molten gold, its muscles rippled under a shimmering hide, and a low growl rumbled from its chest, a promise of death. Without hesitation, Hercules drew his bow. He fired arrow after arrow, each one aimed with perfect precision, but every single shaft shattered against the creature's impenetrable skin, snapping as if hitting solid bronze. The lion merely roared, a sound so powerful it sent dust and debris swirling through the air. No weapon forged by man could pierce it. Realizing his arrows were useless, Hercules abandoned his bow and stood his ground. The lion charged, a golden blur of muscle and rage. Hercules met it head-on, a god against a curse. He swung his massive club with the power of thunder itself, and it shattered into splinters upon impact, sparks flying into the gloom. Wounded and breathless, his only weapon destroyed, Hercules retreated into a narrow cave. There, he waited, stripped of his weapons, stripped of his pride. As heavy rain began to fall outside, he crouched in the darkness, torchlight flickering across his blood-streaked face, his eyes fixed on the entrance. When the beast entered, the cave became a tomb. The lion filled the small space, its glowing eyes locking onto its prey. Hercules lunged. No sword, no bow, only his bare hands. It was the ultimate contest, man against monster, raw strength against divine power. The lion's claws slashed the air as Hercules locked his arms around its throat, both bodies straining in a final, brutal struggle. The roar that followed shook the very mountains. Then it broke into silence. Hercules had done the impossible. He had strangled a god's creation to death. As the shaking stopped, he knelt beside the lion's motionless body, bathed in the soft morning light filtering in from the cave entrance. At dawn, he emerged from the forest, carrying the colossal beast on his shoulders. The Lion of Nemea was dead. The impossible had been achieved. But the legend of Hercules had just begun. He skinned the great beast using its own razor-sharp claws, the only tool that could pierce its hide. He wore the pelt as armor and its head as a helmet, a testament to his victory. It was proof that no curse, no god, no monster could ever break him again. This was the birth of the iconic hero we know, but legends often have shadows. For deep in the hills of Nemea, another roar echoed. Softer, smaller, yet filled with the same divine rage. The lion had cubs. You see, legends are not born from victory alone. They rise from the monsters that refuse to die, and the heroes cursed to fight them forever. Hercules' journey was far from over. This was only the beginning. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into mythology, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more legendary stories.